The skill used is separation of variables. Did the question tell you to separate the variables? No. There's nowhere where it says use separation of variables. Okay? So you have to know what to do. You have to get the dy's with the y's and the dx's with the dx's and the dx's with x's. So I'm going to divide by 1 over y squared to both sides. And I'm going to multiply by dx to both sides. You got a point for that. If you got to that step, 1 out of 5 right there. Get your point. Right? Then the next 2 points came from correctly integrating these. Yes. Yes. Which actually a lot of people mess that up. Thank you for correcting me, especially since I'm recording. Please correct me. Thank you. A point for getting that correct. Now, if you integrate both sides correctly, it says 2 points for antiderivatives. So if you do the antiderivative right on the right side, point. If you get it right on the left side, other point. Okay? If you got them wrong, I tried to give you partial credit where I could. So you didn't just automatically get a 1 out of 5 from there. I tried to get you, there was like some 2 and 3 out of 5s. That means you did some math right after that. I saw a lot of this. This is not correct. Why is that intelligent? Like a good try. Because where did that come from? 1 over y is natural log of y. But remember, if you have an exponent in the bottom, I like to rewrite it like this. Now I just do there's no chain rule. There's nothing weird about it. I just do my 1 over -2 plus 1 y to the -2 plus 1. If you got to there, point. Okay? That's equal to, is there a u substitution there? Yes, there is. So that one really stinks. So your u would be x minus 1. So your du over dx is just 1. So we lucked out. Nothing weird's going to happen. You just have the integral of 1 over u du. Okay? There's not an extra negative. It's kind of chill. So that becomes natural log of u plus c. Now, if you got to that step, again, you've accumulated 3 out of 5 points. They're trying to do you a solid. They don't want to just crush your dreams because you struggle with the algebra after it. So, again, if you get to, that's a negative out front, y to the -1, natural log of 1 minus x. Now, technically, it's this. I did not take off credit if you used parentheses. One more time. They might, but I would not take off credit if you use parentheses. It's technically absolute value. So just a heads up for that. Now, they gave you a 4th point if you find C. Now, I don't care if you get y by itself right now, but I think you should get your point. Find C to get your point, right? So the y value was 3 for your initial condition. So you got a -3 to the -1 equals natural log of 2 minus 1. Remember, I gave you a calculator here. In May, no calculator. How many people are going to get stressed out when we see that? Me. Natural log of 2 minus 1, that's natural log of 1. What is natural log of 1? 0. So you've got C equals -1 over 3. That is your C value. Okay? Now, I took off a point on somebody's paper. I'll let them remain anonymous because they got to here. That'd be -1/3. They plugged in their C value. The 5th point just says solves for y. So if you had the wrong C, but you got y by itself, I gave you that extra point, even though you screwed up the antiderivatives. So there was a lot of 3 out of 5s, a lot of 2 out of 5s, but I couldn't give you there wasn't really any 4 out of 5s because you screwed up the antiderivatives. And those were like the 2 points. Okay. So again, If you left it like that, you got to get y by itself. Now, for me, this is kind of tough. I'm going to move the negative over right now to have negative natural log absolute value of this. So you can either flip both sides like this, right? Or you can multiply by y on both sides and then divide by all of this junk. What would you guys rather do? Would you rather just flip both fractions? I would rather just do that so that it just becomes y over 1 or just y equals 1 over negative natural log x minus 1 minus 1/3. That was worth the 5th point.